Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and brace yourself because this one today is not going to be a pleasant one. We are talking about CG Majin Fina, or CG Dark Fina, or Lily whatever Fina her name is. So this one's going to be a little rough, so if you're a Majin Fina fan, I'll say this to you right now. She's pretty damn strong. She's definitely a pretty damn strong mage, master of specific elements. Yeah, so if you're a big fan of her, do whatever you want. However, at the start of this video, before we get into this, and I really mean this, before we get into this, I'm going to show you what each and every one of you out there should do and nothing else. Wait for it. Crap, I'm not surprised. And now, leave this banner far, 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 far fucking behind. Because I am not a fan of this. I do not like this at all. And I will not be supporting this banner, and I do not think anybody else should be supporting this banner. I do not think you should spend even tickets on it to not encourage Alan to do this kind of shit, to say, hey, we're going to give you that smaller rainbow pool and a 5% rainbow rate if you're willing to put up with characters that have no reason to not be limited for, you know, off this kind of event. So, yeah, I'm just going to say this right now. I am not a big supporter of this at all, and I don't think that any of you should be either. There is so much that I do not like about this current patch, and a lot of people do not like about this current patch. So now, let's talk about CG Fina. Because yes, I will admit that CG Dark Fina is definitely a powerful mage. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. First of all, it's nice that they finally updated her sprite. It's definitely still is unremarkably her. It should be also to be noted that she has her cool little limit burst here, and that's really neat. It's always cool to see a fan favorite character finally get, you know, her due respect and everything. I do think there's some questionable shit here, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. This is a character we've known for a long time. And she was already over-sexualized to begin with, so I can't really complain about the CG here. It's what we was advertised to get. But let's talk about CG Dark Fina's kit, because that's also important, right? So she's a mage, she has a powerful base magic at about 220, with a lot of passives in her kit. As a matter of fact, I would say that passive-wise, she's been designed to be better than some of the other characters. She has a higher amount of defense, a higher amount of spirit, and a higher amount of, I believe, what is it? I think it's either MP or something like that. HP, I think. No, it's HP. So she is a pretty damn tanky mage, which is interesting because apparently less clothes make you tankier. Whatever. Anyway, not talking about that, let's talk about her Trust Mastery. 50% magic when equipped with a robe, 20% fire, earth, and dark resist. This just feels like a power creeped version of other mages' materias with some elemental resist, particularly some nice elemental resistance. Super Trust Mastery is Empress Butte, or True Empress Butte. You know, for all of you who got the other Empress Butte, well, I'm sorry you bought the Chinese knockoff, apparently. This is straight fucking whale bait. Oh my god. 74 attack, 172 magic, and Devil's Whip, 50% magic when true dual handing. Which is interesting because Soul will tell you that true dual wield is the current best way to do magic, so yeah, I guess that's a thing. But yeah, let's take a look at that limit burst, because this is definitely a strong limit burst. First of all, it is multi-hit, is an AoE 1700% magic attack, ignoring 50% spirit, debuffing fire, earth, and dark resistance 2 turns at 100%, removes magic debuffs, self-enables quadricasting, basically, and big quadricasting. This thing gives a lot of quadricasting of a ton of her abilities. And if there is a character out there that I'm just going to compare her to right off the bat, it's definitely CG Terra. Both of these characters can have quadricasting up almost 100% of the time if you're managing turns and everything properly. Only difference being is that CG Terra has a higher level limit burst and also kind of, you know, just gets her limit burst at the start of the fight. But other than, or wait, does she get her limit burst at the start of the fight? This is something I actually haven't looked at yet. Doesn't look like it. I might have missed it, but I'm pretty sure it's only CG protagonists that get that in level 40 limit burst, so we should still be fine. Magic-wise, she has Bioga, Osmos, Graviga, Firaja, Stoneja, and Ultima. I guess if it wasn't broke, why not? Why replace it? Looking at the passives in her kit, she has both magic for true dual handing and true dual wielding. She has extra MP recovery, a fair amount of MP recovery. She has charm, 100% charm immune. Extra magic for equipping a robe, which is pretty interesting. Basically doesn't get any not focused on whips, focused on robes. So I guess they figured out finally that whips kind of just suck for mages. Obviously her super TMR is a little different here, but hey, that's super whales, so best of luck to all you super whales out there. 50% magic. Sorry, I should say also that a big source of her true dual hand magic is for beating the FFBE series boss, which is not that difficult, but it is still something to remember. Looking at what else, she has Silence, Paralyze, and Petrify immunity. She has some natural elemental resistance to fire, earth, and darkness, as well as more MP recovery. Looks like she has a total of 12% MP recovery per turn, which is a lot. That's just a lot of MP recovery, which kind of is meant to support her quadricasting. When her HP falls below a certain amount, she actually gets a boost in her magic. Lots of passives. She has a chance to counter physical attacks with a basically a debuff of darkness as well as spirit to the enemy for AoE for multiple turns. And just some modifiers up and everything like that. Looking at her kit, looks like she has the specific 3 elements we kind of thought that she would have. Fire, earth, and darkness. As well, she has some non-elemental chaining abilities. She also has stacking damage in her kit, and she is a Chaos Wave Chainer, as that is all there is any fucking more in mages. Hey, do you like mages? Have you heard of the Chaos Wave Chain family? If not, too fucking bad. For beating the FF series boss, she also gets another cooldown ability on a 4-turn cooldown available turn 1 that gives her 20 limit burst crystals, a limit burst fill rate up, and enables to access to Newborn Dystopia for 4 turns, which Newborn Dystopia is just a big, strong 3,500% magical attack that also fills some limit burst. So there you go. She also has 2 other interesting abilities in her 7-star that are cooldown. Paradise End, which debuffs 120% for all the elements that she is strong at, as well as boosts her magic 200% and gives her quadricasting, 6-turn cooldown available turn 1, and a single target 16-hit 2,400% magic attack on Femme Fatale, which is 80 MP, 400 MP heal for 4 turns. Not split over 4 turns, just 4 turns. Enables access to Newborn Dystopia for 4 turns on a 4-turn cooldown, available turn 4. 4. Hey, that adds up to 16, I think. That's gotta be a coincidence, right? Look, on Reddit, somebody already took a look at this character and did a way better... I gotta give credit to Okabe666. Did a fantastic job basically going over her. Basically a Chaos Wave Chainer, 3 elements and non-elemental, permanent triple casting and near permanent uptime on quadricasting, permanent 150% to 200% magic buff at 81% HP. Imperils at 75%, 100%, 120%. Has 100% true dual hand magic after clearing the series boss. 250% magic when equipped with TMR. 50% is from the TMR itself. 50% passives automatically to HP, defense, and spirit with decent base stats. There is almost no doubt that this is basically the most powerful mage on the JP side. Here's the thing though, I still don't fucking recommend supporting this, and if you do support it, fine. If you use money on this, I definitely am going to not really support your decision at all. I do not like this at all, tacking on a summon festival just to try and make a character the limited time. Alum has always kind of had limited time characters that have made sense. Collaborations, there are legal rights, there are certain hoops to jump through. That's understandable, I can get that. Seasonal characters, it kind of makes sense for them to come in for a specific amount of time and then leave. But CG Dark Fina has none of that. I have very much came down on a hard stance over the last few days that I do not approve of this at all, and I do not approve of spending money on this. But everything about this banner feels incredibly sleazy, and that's the only way I can talk about this. Looking at her step-up banner is a giant screw you, with an 11 pull to try and get people in to spend Lapis, and because once you're in, the hope is that you'll keep going, especially if you get one off that first one, with no guarantee of one until the end of step 6. While it is only 25k, it's not the biggest cost, it does represent a potentially really big money sink into this, because if you look at it, you can only do this once. This is only a one-time step up. After that, you're kind of on the hoop to just try and get another one after. And while I do concede that there is some tasty bait, basically removing a whole bunch of the old rainbows, upping the rainbow rates, and basically Alum giving its best shot to try and get people in on this, I really hate this banner. I hate everything about this banner. I don't think that anything about this precedence is good for the game's future. If anything, I think it's really, really bad direction that non-limited, no reason for this to be happening characters are getting this kind of treatment, especially story characters. So, yes, this is a character that will eventually be power crept. I don't think that you're missing anything by skipping this character at all, but yeah, I'll admit it, she's very powerful. Her TMR is pretty darn good. Her super TMR is insanely good. But all of it just makes me think one thing. Alum doesn't really understand how to sell characters anymore, other than just making them limited, overly or potentially just more powerful than what is normally able to be gotten, which I guess is limited, but I don't know how many times I have to repeat this. There is no reason for this character to be limited. I am not supporting this, and I do not think that you should even throw one frickin' ticket just to tell Alum where to go shove it on this one. With that being said, there is the Valentine's Day banner, and we'll be talking about that in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. And if you do, I guess if you're still watching this video and you're going to pull this character, or pull for this character, best of luck, because I don't hate the players on this one, but I definitely hate the game and the game makers. See ya.